What's going on, guys? It's ETA Prime back here again. Today I'm going to take a look at some all new 8BitDo controllers. Now, I absolutely love 8BitDo. They just released these models here and they actually have more coming in the next few months. So what we have here are some new SN30 controllers, and I also have a new SN30 Pro controller. As you can see, these are all different colors, and the colored ones, the red, yellow, blue, and green, are modeled after GameBoy Pockets. We also have the original Game Boy Color in the new SN30 and the original Game Boy Color scheme on the new SN30 Pro. Now, I absolutely love 8BitDo products. I own a ton of them and I use them with my Raspberry Pi, my Mac, my Android phone, my Nintendo Switch. Here's a little bit of my collection. I actually have a couple other controllers floating around here. The kids took off with them, but as you can see, I got the arcade stick. I even have the N64 Bluetooth controller. I even have a few of the do-it-yourself 8BitDo kits. I try to recommend these to everybody because they are great controllers. If you're looking for something wireless and you want that retro look and feel, I would go with 8BitDo. Alright, so here's the new models. They are available on Amazon right now. I'll leave links in the description. The SN30s go for $29.99. The SN30 Pro goes for $39.99. Loving this look here. Original Game Boy Color scheme. The D-pad even has these little raised grips here. Feels really good in the hand. This is USB Type-C to charge. It comes with a cable for you. Now, I own the SF30 Pro and the SN30 Pro. Here's the SF. It's pretty much the exact same controllers, just a different color scheme. If you don't need analog sticks on your retro controller, I would go with an SN30. And this new one here is called the Original G for the original Game Boy colors. Looks beautiful. Also has the grips on the D-pad like the SN30 Pro. None of the other SN30s have those grips on the D-pad except for the original Game Boy Color ones. Moving on to the Game Boy Pocket colored theme SN30s, we have bright yellow. Now, I'm not a big fan of yellow, but I really do dig this thing. I'm going to bring in one of the older 8BitDo SN30s. As for feel, they feel exactly like the old SN30s. I believe all they did was come out with this new color scheme here, and I think it's a really awesome idea. Because if you want several controllers connected to your PC, Raspberry Pi, or Switch, each player can have a different colored controller. Now, they do come in at $30 a piece for the SN30s, and if you want to go wired, you can get something a lot cheaper than this. You can get really cheap SNES style USB controllers on Amazon for about $5 a piece, but you're really not going to be happy with them in the long run. One thing I'm thinking about doing is have one of my good buddies from DNA Dimension Designs print me up some little decals for these. So as you see, this bright yellow controller here kind of looks like Pikachu. We could go through the whole list here. You could either Pokemon all of them out, or we could do the green with the Luigi, the red with Mario, or you can leave them like this. It's totally not necessary to customize them, but I love doing little stuff like that. It just adds a little extra to them, and it can easily be done with a water slide decal. I have had time to mess around with these. I have connected them to my Mac running RetroArch. I've connected them to my PC running RetroArch and Big Box. I've also used it on the Raspberry Pi. Only thing I haven't tested it on is the Nintendo Switch, so I'm going to do that right now. Alright, so here we are. It's really easy to pair. We're going to go into the controller section on the Switch, change grip order. On the 8BitDo controllers, hold Start and Y. You'll get a blinking light. This is going to put it into Switch mode. Now, if you've never paired an 8BitDo controller with your Switch, you may have to hold Select on the controller till the LED on the top starts rapidly blinking. The Nintendo Switch will detect the controller, and it'll connect automatically. I'm going to go ahead and connect up a few more. Start and Y. The manual that comes with the controllers explains everything. It's really easy to set them up on the Nintendo Switch, or your PC, or your Mac, or even the Raspberry Pi running RetroPie. Just grab this last one here, and we now have 4 8BitDo controllers connected to our Nintendo Switch. I refuse to pay for the Nintendo Online service so I can get those NES games, so I can't test them here. Somebody else has probably made a video. I do not know if they work with the NES games. I don't really see why they wouldn't, but I do have Sonic Mania here. So I'm sure there's a little bit of latency, but you can always compensate for that. If you don't want latency, go with a wired controller. I mean, that's the way to alleviate it. If you're using these on your PC running RetroArch, you can always set up Run Ahead, so you'll have pretty much zero lag from these Bluetooth controllers. But overall, for casual play, you'll never even notice it. Now, if you're going to a competition to get the world record in Sonic Mania or a Mario game, you're not going to go there with an 8BitDo Bluetooth controller. You're going to go there with an original wired controller. So basically, 99.9% of the time, you can use these Bluetooth controllers with no issues whatsoever. You might have noticed that there's no home button on these controllers here. That's fine because 8BitDo has thought of this. All we need to do is press select and down on the D-pad. That'll bring us back into the menu. There's another option we have here. I'm going to go back into the game. If we hold down and then press select, it'll bring up this side menu here. This will put us in the airplane mode. It'll change the volume and the brightness. Really like these 8BitDo controllers for retro gaming and some newer games. Something that doesn't support an analog stick, these are perfect for. Like I mentioned, I have tested them on my Raspberry Pi, my PC, and my Mac. They connect just fine to all the Bluetooth that I have there. But if your device does not support Bluetooth, you can always use them wired. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really appreciate you watching. That was just a quick look at some of 8BitDo's new controllers. Now, they do have some more coming down the line in the next few months. I'm going to leave a link to Amazon and their website so you can check out what they got. Really appreciate you guys watching. If there's anything else you want to see done with these controllers, let me know in the comments below. And like always, thanks for watching.